Welcome to the Bondo edition of the Vettescout. Or maybe we'll call it the polyester filler version or issue of the Vettescout. Regardless, made quite a bit of progress here. Run through here real quick. Firewall is all completely in. There's some seam sealer, seaming all the panels in. I've got my battery tie-down bracket all welded up. I've still got to do some cleanup and lots of hand sanding in the hood area. Been working on the body and decided that I'm going to go with like a fine spray bed liner finish on the entire vehicle, hoping that'll help speed up the process a little bit from a body perspective, although it's still just an absolute ton of work. There's the bottom of the rockers and the quarters that have been welded in. So I was saying about the Bondo edition. So this vehicle was hit in the rear end, and that whole back corner was smashed in. It's been pulled out now. There's the roll pan, which I've got a layer of fiberglass over all the welded seams to help seal out any moisture from getting from behind them. And then there's a thin layer of U-pull Featherite polyester filler. And this I'm going to be working on today, but it's so darn cold out here. I've got to get the furnace going. Walk back around here. This side was just absolutely destroyed. So this has been all pulled out, and there's a layer of fiberglass there, the dark blue stuff. And then the light blue is that polyester filler. All those seams where I welded the tops of the bed pans on, or the top of the bed, have all been hit with a very thin layer of fiberglass and then the polyester. And then back onto the dashboard, all the seams have been, this is probably the second or third coat. I usually grind most of it out, but getting ready to sand on that today. Inside of the interior panels, speaker holes are cut. I've got a lot of sanding to do today, but trying to blend everything in. This was a little bit higher than this surface here, which we'll go back here so you can see it. And then just a ton of freaking hand sanding. All of these areas are going to have to be all sanded down and cleaned out. They still got some weather stripping in them. All of the inside door jambs, because this vehicle was repainted once, the paint does not stick very well. The original paint's underneath that teal color. So all that's going to have to be hand sanded down. The jambs, I've already got hand sanded down, at least on this side, but lots to go. Lots of body work left. Way more body work than I was anticipating doing. And I don't actually like doing body work all that much, but hopefully my welds were good enough where there's going to be very little filler that's required and very little work on some of these seams that are here. And try to think of some of the other areas. Been working on coming up with ideas for cool LED tail lights. I have new lenses for these, but I think I'm going to end up going with more of a modern LED, sealed LED style light. Discovered that the front end of the vehicle was in some sort of a collision at one point in time, and this fender, you can see how it's flared out here, and this one is not. It's actually straight across. So I've got to figure out what kind of damage is done to this front fender. It does look like it's flared out a little bit. The other thing I learned was this had marker lights on it. I pulled the marker lights off, and I actually thought the marker lights were kind of cool looking. That's what these holes are from. And I was hoping to reuse the marker lights. They're like a diamond pattern, and the lenses were toast. They were all rotted, and that's what these are. So there were red ones on the back, and they have a chrome bezel or stainless bezel. And I thought these were really cool looking, and I was like, oh, this will be easy. I'll just go and find replacements for them on one of the international sites. But I don't think those actually came from an international harvester. I'm assuming a million years ago when they did the original repaint on this, they arbitrarily stuck those marker lights on. As the costs on this project continue to rack up, I may just forego trying to find marker lights and focus on some of the other areas that need to get tackled. So anyways, that's a quick overview of where I am at right now on this absolutely crazy project. few other things that I think I've settled on. I'm going to do an engine turn gash panel in here, and I found some really cool quilted. They're like quilted vinyl floor liners, mats for a Corvette pan. They look really cool. I'm hoping it'll be less expensive than going and trying to buy carpet for a Corvette, and I'm not a big fan of the carpeting anyways. So I may just bed liner the interior and then use those like quilted stitched floor liners as the carpeting. Anyways, that's that's what I got for right now. I'm gonna kick the furnace on. 8 degrees is just 8 degrees is just darn cold. So I'm gonna kick this on and get started.